Everyone, this is Michelle from It's Our Time Now. Today I want to talk about the root of bitterness. How do you know that you have the root of bitterness? Or if you want to put it in layman's term, how do you know that you're bitter and you have unforgiveness in your heart? First of all, you have to think about, is there a scene or scenes that you are constantly replaying in your mind? If you think back, I wish I would have said this. I wish I could have did this to that person. Right there, that is showing that you have bitterness and unforgiveness in your heart already. And that's something that we really need to get rid of. The Bible says, when you stand praying, forgive. And this is something that I've mentioned before, but it's so important for when we stand praying to forgive, number one, that God will forgive us and that we can have our hearts right before God. And another thing is your mouth. Are you constantly saying mean things? Are you constantly out of control with your mouth or with your attitude? That might be one of the signs that you have a root of bitterness. Or when a person walks into the room that you don't like, or that they did something to you that you find it hard to forgive, or someone mentions their name, that you always have a snide remark or some type of comment about them. Another thing that you might look for as a root of bitterness or a problem with your unforgiveness is look at your family. Sometimes those things rub off on our family because people have a tendency to talk a lot. And so they will talk about a person, they will talk about a situation, and then next thing you know, your family members are talking about that same person, or your family member is talking about that same situation. That can be a real sign of bitterness and unforgiveness. And that's one thing you don't want it to do, is rub off on your family. If you have an issue yourself, deal with it yourself. And I'm going to say to you, deal with it by, first of all, choosing to forgive, letting it go. Now, I did not say that that person is no longer accountable for what they did, but this is something that's going to come up again and again, that you need to be accountable for yourself and not allow that root of bitterness to come up in your life, because I'm going to keep it real. That can even cause sickness and disease in yourself from that bitterness and from that strife and from that stress that you can have just from being so bitter towards that person. I read some statistics a long time ago, you can check them out, they might have changed, that 80% of people that are in the hospital are from diseases that are caused by stress. And the root of bitterness can cause stress. So it's something that, first of all, God tells us to deal with, and deal with it by forgiving and letting the love of God shine in your heart. So I wanted to just give you that reminder about forgiving and loving each other. And remember that it's our time now. God bless you.